Hey there, welcome back. This is Asian Dreams, Mission 3, Cold Waters. The sinking of the Shandong was a major milestone. However, the battle to sink her left our destroyers low on ammunition. Well, it left me low on destroyers. In the subsequent Chinese counterattack, the Winston S. Churchill and the Kidd were struck and sunk. As a result of this loss, Carrier Strike Group 5 was forced to retreat to safer waters. Thus, the South China Sea remains a contested area. We have recently learned of a troop ammunition convoy attempting to sail through the Taiwan Strait. Unluckily for our Chinese comrades, we have scrambled two nuclear attack submarines, USS Marilyn Monroe and USS Seawolf. Both submarines have received their orders, sink the convoy. Our satellites captured a few images of what we believe to be the convoy in question. The convoy consists mainly of ro-ro ships and a cruise liner for carrying troops, no question about it. Take caution, as there might be a submarine or two escorting this convoy. Nice. So here she is, gorgeous. The Seawolf. And we already got a submarine. Nice. I grew up reading books from Michael DiMercurio about the Seawolf. Attack of the Seawolf, various adventures by, what was it, Michael Pacino, I think? I love this sub. SSN-21. Supposedly one of the quietest subs ever built, and they might have been superseded by the Virginia since, but I'm not 100% on that. I believe it was only a class of 3 boats. This is the Seawolf itself, the name giver of the class, and then we had the Connecticut and the Jimmy Carter. I think Connecticut got taken out of service, and Jimmy Carter has still been around for a while as, I think, a test boat. Anyway, what can she do? Well, she carries these land attack missiles. These are the Block 4, only land attacks, no ship attack, as I have learned the hard way in the previous video. Also carrying harpoons, these are the Harpoon Cs, with a version that gives me 80-mile range, and we got the Mark 48 Mod 6 ad-cap torpedoes to a range of 27 miles at 55 knots. Very potent. We got a couple of decoys and some noisemakers. Marilyn Monroe, she is a Hollywood class, fictional, carrying harpoons, carrying the better anti-ship missiles, out to 1,000-mile range if you so desire. She carries 12. She carries 32 torpedoes. Good lord. Where do you leave all that? We got a couple of decoys, some noisemakers, and jamming noisemakers. The acoustic torpedo decoy is an acoustic countermeasure designed to confuse both torpedo seekers and opponent sonars, although experienced operators can easily pick out false contacts from real ones. Aha. This is an extremely effective countermeasure, but only lasts for 1 minute before its battery depletes. So it's a noisemaker deluxe. Okay, classified as a whale. Not what we're looking for. Not what we're looking for. You're too slow to be a problem. These things are also fairly slow. I'm gonna pop Seawolf up. I'm thinking I might get ESM readings. Periscope depth. For those of you who are observant, there's a little artifact here. I'm not sure what that is, but keep in mind that this mod does not use anchor chain or sea lifter, so it doesn't import models, but it kit bashes stuff together, so this might be a small remnant from something like that. Now, do we see anything moving fast-ish? Like this thing at 18 knots? That could be what we're looking for. I'm going to tentatively consider that hostile. Range is about 40 miles. Okay. So we have time. Let's upsize the map some. If this convoy is transiting southwest, they're gonna meet us. And I would like to plan this encounter to be in waters where I can still retreat. We've got a thermal layer here, okay. Isn't she a beauty? Okay, enough drooling. Let's raise the ESM mast. Gentlemen, I believe that you might be what I'm looking for. Ooh boy. Oh, we raised all the masts. Okay. There's a Type 52. And a Type 50... Sorry, an FFG 525? What is that? Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so you are capable of launching anti-ship missiles. You're capable of going after submarines with the RB-1000 and with torpedoes. You have a helo deck? You do. You got a flight deck. You got a projectile weapon and some Sea Whiz. Okay, then we got this thing, which is, I think, the air version, or rather the anti-air version. Over here we got another Type 52 Charlie. Yeah, I think this is the Convoy. Right there. Now, what are you? Precisely. It's a Type 54. And, it's already in range. That's interesting. It's already in range. Yeah, this is confirmed as a neutral. Okay. You're doing 12 knots. You're not fast. So that makes you potentially dangerous. Let's remove this. If you're escorting a convoy like this, and you're a submarine... If I'm looking at it from the red side... I would place submarines here and here. Give or take. Heading southwest. To try and shield against incursions such as the one from Seawolf and the Maryland Monroe. Monroe has this artifact too, by the way. I'm thinking going below the layer. And using Seawolf to kill off this first contact. Which potentially will drive away the convoy. And that actually might buy me extra time. Which is valuable. There is one contact inbound at 56 feet. I'm going to consider that a hostile aircraft. Upscope. Oh, we got a towed array low frequency. Okay. So this thing's still too far away, huh? Alright. Downscope. Lower downscope. Go below the layer. You are presently in a position where there is no layer. Alright. Stream the towed array. Sonar eye. New submerged submarine. Contact. Ah. Well, I was off. By a little bit. 10 miles. Okay. How are we going to tackle this threat? Because I can engage this ship. It's not that big of a deal. An ad-captain knows and that thing will die. But that submarine is something else. I first need to know that it is in fact a submarine. Both Seawolf and Monroe have it on the passive. Let's build some confidence. I want you to go back to below the layer. Stream the towed array. What? Hold on. That's... Is that right? Well, it's not right where I put it, I think, but it's close. Especially since submarines aren't really as fast as the things that they're escorting. Unless, well, unless they want to be. I think that these guys might have been pushed forward a bit. Seawolf, come north. Monroe, maintain your course. This is still 7016. All we know it's a submarine, but we don't have an electric frequency yet. So for all I know, it could be a whale doing 15 knots. I'm going to monitor this contact. If it comes up to periscope depth, and beyond that. So if it comes up and surfaces, that's when I know it's a whale. 226. Holding a 226. You're holding a 265. Come east a bit. It's a whale. It's a whale. Okay, what about you? 7018. I'm gonna preemptively mark these whales up. Because I might lose track of them. And I don't want to immediately have a brown alert moment going, oh crap, and then figure out it's a whale. It would also very much impact my attack as I'm planning it on 7001. Because if it is a submarine, it will hear the torpedo, most likely. If it is not a submarine, it most likely will not give away... There we go, it's another whale. It most likely will not inform the destroyer that there is, in fact, a torpedo in the water. Unless it's a whale with extremely low frequency communications to the warship. I don't know. These could be China-trained whales for all I know. Anyway, that means we still don't know where the enemy submarines are at. That makes this very interesting. That makes this very interesting. Oh, we got two of them. Does that help? They got a port and a starboard towed array, probably much like the Maryland. I don't know if more towed array is more better, but... Speak? Yeah. That's your friend right there. Now, I have seen what some of these Chinese ships are capable of. Shooting them with anti-ship missiles is not the right course of action. It will not work. Especially some of these ships with their VLS. They kind of snicker at your incoming missiles, and especially as they're not getting jammed, these things are gonna go, eh, and they'll just swat your missiles aside like they're not even there. So that means it's gonna have to be a torpedo attack. And keep in mind, these guys are almost in range. My biggest concern here is that I shoot a torpedo, probably 2, against target 001, and immediately get responded to by a submarine that I have not yet picked up. That is a concern. How fast can you run? 35 knots. In Maryland, if you lift up your skirts, you can do 35 knots as well. Okay. My plan overall is to take this guy out, torpedo these two, and then potentially use those Super Tomahawks or the harpoons to wreck this convoy that's somewhere behind them. Alright, let's wait until this Type 54A is in range. Time is about right to start shooting this Type 54 up. Unfortunately, I don't have a thermal layer to hide behind, so they might detect the launch. Which is why I'm starting to shoot at 16 miles, if it's a straight line, that is. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot the torpedo north. That'll be transiting about 10 to 11 miles, and then head west, where ideally we'll meet the ship as it gets closer. So about 16, 17 miles, which still gives me 10 miles of chase range. This will also prevent any direct reflection or snapshots going back against Seawolf. So here she goes. There's one. And two. We're going to maintain our course, maintain our speed, and just let the torpedoes run for a while. New passive contacts. 7023. Yep, they already know about it. Okay, that is interesting. Unless their sonar array is ridiculously good, there could be something detecting my launch. And I doubt it's this guy, because he's not taking any action. No course change, no speed increase, nothing. But something knew that I shot a torpedo. Something detected this. But who? Let's see if there's going to be any action. Or rather, any reaction. Of course, it's two different things. A submarine around might detect the fact that there is a weapon in the water, but it could choose not to reveal itself, or it could not even be in weapons range. So, multiple things could be at play here. You can see that these guys are turning around. They are noping out at 27 knots. Is that the fastest you can go? Maybe in this sea state it is. The rest of the convoy doesn't seem to care. Okay. I'm still thinking there could be a submarine around here, which would easily detect that launch. And 19 miles. What sort of capabilities do Chinese submarines have? At least in this game. A Han class. 8.5. 8.1. If that's what they got, then it's not that spectacular. Oh, here's the Jimmy Carter. Type 91. That's their torpedo. See, that's 27 miles. That's almost on par with the capabilities that you see on an AdCap. On the Mark 48. It's just not as fast. They also got this thing, which is a torpedo for 12-mile range, and they got the anti-ship missile. Sardine. Unryu, that's a Korean boat. Oh, sorry, Japanese boat. Okay, so it's possibly one of those. What? Didn't know that was a thing. Ballistics, do they got any? I don't think so. Cruise missile subs? The Wuhan class. I remember that one. It's from the vanilla update. It's not great. I mean, it gets the job done, but it's not on par with my capabilities. However, they could have a patrol sub out here. What? Oh. Oh dear. The Type 100 could be around. This thing displaces 68,000 tons. Excuse me. That's almost the same displacement as a carrier. Well, smaller carrier. Capable of launching the Red Banner missile against aircraft. And capable of launching the Eagle Strike. Not capable of launching torpedoes, interestingly. But it can launch helicopters. And there's also the Type 83, which can launch that same YU-6 Fish 6 torpedo, the missiles, and the Korund. Okay, if it's a patrol sub that they're sending around, what would that be? The Type 033 is not a threat, because it really can't hurt me. If there's one of these bastards around, that would be interesting. But that would... I would say that would not really be an escort. That would be just a flat-out offensive weapons platform. You don't send that to escort anything. You just send that to kill stuff. This guy is either blissfully unaware or just completely doesn't give a shit. Help! This torpedo's chasing us. Yeah, but they'll never get to you. You guys detected them so early that they're absolutely not a problem. There's another? Oh, that is the same whale. Right. Okay, time to start turning the course of these torpedoes, changing the course. Let's see if he wants to respond now. Still nothing. Hey. On your head be it, my friend. There's the rest of the convoy. Seven and a half miles out, still no response. I think what he's going to do is turn to port, so I'm already going to change one of the torpedoes to tell one of the torpedoes to change course, as long as I can still guide it. 7 miles out. I don't get it. You're running a towed array. Unless that's your towed decoy, but no, it's a towed array. You're not very fast. As far as I know, my torpedoes don't have the advantage of a thermal layer. Why is this ship not responding? What possible explanation would you have? Especially as these guys know about it. Still running at 27 knots. Let's cut off their retreat. If there is going to be such a thing. Yep, now they know. Now they know. And here come the torpedoes. The YU-12s. And the YU-12s are capable of seeking out to 8 miles. So, very much on par with other types of torpedoes. What? Wait. You ran aground? That wasn't in the planning. Huh. How about that? How about that? Shallow. Shoot. New submerged contacts. Is it really? Or is that just another whale? Because at this point, I don't really know. Hopefully, by setting these torpedoes to go shallow, they'll not actually crash into the ground anywhere. I can just tell this guy to start chasing the target directly. Wait, the target's coming towards me? Wow. That's, ballsy. That's very, very ballsy. 6 feet. That's a whale. Unless it's a surfaced submarine, but yeah, I'd rather doubt it. So, Scent, the mission creator, has put a lot of biologicals onto this mission to really throw you off as a player. Thank you, Scent. Well done. Torpedo is 2 miles away from the target, and the target now knows about it and is eagerly changing course. I don't know why it took him this long to figure out, oh, there could be a problem because I'm still heading in the same direction. But they have finally realized and are now taking action. I think at this point, though, it's too late. A Type 54 can only do 30 knots, which means that, given the current sea state, they're probably only maxing out at 27 knots. My torpedoes don't really seem to have that problem, and have even increased to sprint speed at 65 knots. Target is now rapidly closing. 1 mile out. New passive contacts. Everybody else is throwing noisemakers as well, and running scared. Except for this guy. He's not. Now there was one contact there that I picked up briefly, and I'm thinking that could be a submarine. The real question is, why would it be all the way over there? I don't quite know about that. What I do know is that we have a bunch of whales. There's 1, 2, 3... I think there was a 4th, but I might have lost track of that one. Range. Oh, you're gonna go for a noisemaker? Really? I thought these torpedoes were smart. Yep. Ignored the noisemaker. There's the ship. And it's got it. New passive noisemakers deployed. 7039. You're about to see a very sizable explosion towards the stern of the ship here. And I wonder if that will knock it out entirely. You can see the bridge is clipping a little bit, but it's just because it's a meshed model. Boom. Sounds like they lost propulsion. Ship's ablaze. Radar is still functional, but I think they got bigger issues than having a look at their radar screens at the moment. Yeah, she's gone. Life raft. Instant demise. Lesson learned, don't party with an ad cap. Because it's not out there as a friendly. Good. That means we can move on. And have a look at 7021. And compatriots. And potentially find that submarine. At long last, I think I've detected a submarine. 7042. She is actually generating an electric frequency, which is something most whales can't quite say. This is a nuclear boat. Most likely a Type 083, a submarine aircraft carrier. That's a big, big, big boy. It's not as big as the other one. This is 15,950 tons. Seawolf displaces 9,000 tons. So she is substantially more sizable than the Seawolf here. These ships, by contrast, displace about 4,000 tons. So this thing, if it is what I think it is, displaces 4 times the weight as this frigate. That is a sizable target. I wonder how fast she can run. 24 knots. Yeah. So you can't do that much. Your capabilities are somewhat dangerous. 27-mile range. That's a 40 knots torpedo, which means I'm going to shoot right about now. They will not really be able to shoot back that well. Well, they can. They can shoot back. The real question is, what are you going to do about it? Because if you shoot the Seawolf, I can turn around and I can run away and I can pretty well keep ahead of your torpedo. I'm going to send 2 ATCAPs at it. I'm not sure. Shallow? This thing is at 120 feet. A shallow is a surface contact, but I'm kind of concerned I'll run into the ground. Let's see.
Confirmed. We'll go.
2 tubes.
Whip it away.
There is one problem, that's a return shot. A snapshot. So I'm going to tell Seawolf to change course to about 90 degrees. And hopefully that will keep me safe while the torpedoes cruise. So this is not going to be a dogleg. This is not going to be the torpedo changing course. This is going to be the actual submarine changing course. And thereby hoping to prevent any response from getting close to the sub. As for where the other submarine supposedly is at, because I thought the briefing said there's going to be possibly submarines, plural, escorting this. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really had any clue yet as to where it could be. Because all I'm seeing is whales. Just whales all over the place. Which kind of messes with the detection of submarines, I suppose. Here. The Marilyn Monroe has a whale right next to it. Gotta keep a vigil. And aside from that, just be patient. And probably let Marilyn Monroe do the shooting against these ships here, these frigates. Take out this destroyer. And then go ham against the convoy. Once again, my torpedoes have run aground. I am getting a suspicion that it's becoming increasingly shallow in this strait. To the point where it's almost impossible to get a good hit on anything. So, once more, shoot 2 torpedoes and hope that they don't run into the ground. Yep, it's an SSHN. Interesting design. Looks an awful lot like one of the Soviet boomers. But as opposed to the boomers, I suppose it's hiding a helicopter flight deck in there somehow. Now, the problem that I now have is these things are shallow-seeking torpedoes. And I don't think I can change that. Not while they're cruising, not while they're getting close to the target. So I hope that this guy is going to cooperate and come up. Because my torpedoes might not want to come down. Unless it's just shallow for traverse. And once they get to the target, it's no longer going to be a problem. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I do suspect that this one might have been the one warning these frigates about impending torpedoes. Early, that is, but they were nonetheless. Oh, we got another threat here. Yep, another ship's turned around. See, they appear to know that something is up. This massive submarine is suddenly coming about. And cavitating at that. So yeah, they hurt the launch. Or rather, they hurt the incoming freight train. That is the Mark 48 torpedo. I wonder if they're gonna take any actions against it. Apparently they didn't radio into this frigate say, oh sorry, this DDG saying, hey, dude? Yeah, there's the return shot. At 2/3. Affirmative. That's the snapshot. They're gonna be doing 40 knots. The distance is 14 miles. If they're doing 40 knots, this will take them 15 minutes. That means this will take them about 20. Yeah. So they'll be here in 20 minutes. I'm doing 10 knots. So in 20 minutes I will have moved about 6 miles. So I will be there. And I should be fine. This guy is now making even more noise, running at flying speed. Probably as deep as he possibly can. I'm of a mind to also torpedo this destroyer. Because it doesn't really seem to want to take any course of action, which is fine. But it's going to be on their head. What do you think, Seawolf? Should we shoot yet? Okay, not yet. Sorry, that was lame. Oh, new submerged submarine? Wait. Wait. Is that an actual? What are you doing? You don't have any electric frequency yet. Curious. He's coming up to 40, 30, 20. He's a whale. Submarines don't surface. Whales do. Oh, we lost him. I think my torpedoes might be interfering with detection from Seawolf itself. There's the whale again. Here are the torpedoes. Contact faded. These have a pretty sizable seeker on them. They set a fairly wide search. Okay. Go shallow, actually. Two torpedoes. Because I'm gonna run away for a bit. Head full. How noisy is Seawolf when doing a head full? Sonar. 111? That's nothing! Wow. This thing is so quiet. Let's retask one of these torpedoes to go fishing. Oh, he knows. Help, run away! Run away! Which way are you gonna turn, though? Because I already got a torpedo fairly close to you, my friend. No, we're limited. There is no deeper. Great. There's also no thermal layer. Really? That's a whale. But that is what we're looking for. Target that. I really hope it'll actually go in and dive towards the target, but we'll see. Come on. 2.6. 2.5. Range here's 5 miles. This guy's running at 30 knots. Torpedoes are running at 55 knots after him. This one will probably catch him. I'm not so sure about these. Range? 2 miles. Go on.
New surface
Catch him. Please tell me it's not going to just ignore anything that's not shallow. Pinging. It's changing depth. It's got him. Torpedo's very gently diving. 60 feet, 70 feet, 80. Can't imagine they got a whole load of those submarines capable of launching helicopters, because that must have been an enormous investment. Oh boy. I don't like where this is going. I don't like where this is going, but I'm gonna leave you on this little cliffhanger. Next part, we're gonna continue the hunt for the escorts, we're gonna continue the hunt for the convoy, and see to, just, well, sink everything. Thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for more.